We're not walking in the way of Cain. We're not working to till our bodies, which were made from the ground. So to till the ground like Cain was doing to bring forth good fruit would be the same as tilling our bodies to try to bring forth good fruit.
Analogy.
We're not going in the way of Cain. We're not trying to till our bodies to bring forth good fruit and see how much we can get and then let that good fruit be the evidence that we're walking with God.
Right.
No. The evidence that I'm walking with God is I've believed on the testimony He's given in His Son. Period.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's the only evidence. Right? He who has believed on the Son has life.
Right.
I love how John does it in that letter.
Yeah.
And he's combating people that brought in all this extra stuff. Right? And no. That's the way of Cain.
Right.
That's not the way of the Son. Right?
Yeah.
The righteous thing to do is to believe on the testimony God's given in His Son, which is that God conquered sin and death in the body of Jesus' resurrection. He conquered your sin and your death.
Right.
If you desire life, then rest or abide in the work God has done in Christ. That's it. That is the righteous thing to do.
Right.
That's doing righteousness. You were preaching righteousness in the midst of the great congregation, my friend. I guarantee you, when Noah was busy telling all those guys, when he was busy preaching the righteousness of God, they were mocking him. It didn't feel nice.
Right.
But he was still doing it.
Yeah.
So listen, when a preacher of righteousness stands up in the midst of the world don't like it.
That's right.
And sometimes it can feel uncomfortable. But that is not to be confused with wrong.
That's true. Right.
Right?
That's right.
It's actually love what you did there. You actually said, you know what? I care more about these people than I care about what they think of me or whether or not they all feel comfortable. Because love does not consider whether or not people feel comfortable. Love considers people's lives and whether something can destroy their lives. Right?
Yeah.
That's a hard thing for all of us.
Right.
You don't know. There's so many times where I've not said something when I know I should have. Because I was more concerned about me and whether it would be nice for me to have to deal with how they're all going to feel when I say this.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's so much easier to just not say, everybody will say, oh, Greg's a nice guy, but now I come with this thing and I'm the ass.
Yes.
Right? I'm telling you, I have this thing in me where, because from the time I was a little boy and the teacher said I was too intense, I lived with this thing where I'm always trying to put this governor on myself. Because I'm too much for people, and I live in this fear that I'm upsetting people or I'm hurting people. And that actually was a ploy of the enemy to keep me from doing what God had always put in me. And so that's an ongoing struggle in me because I want people to feel nice. But sometimes we confuse feeling nice with having life.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because listen, sometimes people think they're feeling nice and they're busy with that.
Definitely.
And from a young boy, I would always just tell people. I thought everybody wanted to know. I always wanted to know. No, sometimes people don't like it.
Some people don't.
And they get upset. And so, man, I lived all these... it was a torment for me at the church, man. Just hammering these things, knowing that the people are going to be shocked at what I'm saying. And they're going to leave. And the churches around me are going to hate me. And there's not going to be any fellowship. Man, that was hard for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're preaching something that you feel in your heart because you love people, it's not nice sometimes to see their face become maligned and angry as you're saying it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You much rather them say, thank you, I'll have another.
Yeah.
You much rather them be like, yeah. And so
Exactly.
when the reason you're doing what you're doing is because you feel love for their life, and so you're busy feeling love while you're doing it, and then they're feeling not love back.
Right.
I know.
Listen, sometimes it's not nice, and you can walk away feeling it. That's what, man, Larry set me free. When I was busy lamenting, oh man, all I want is for people to experience life, and I feel like I'm just walking around upsetting everybody all the time, upsetting everybody's families. Families are, getting separated. All that. I just was feeling like, what am I doing? What am I busy with, man? And Larry was just like, Greg, I'm just an ass, man. And then Larry comes in there, he says, Greg, Jesus rode into Jerusalem on an ass. And that was God.
Yeah.
Because, it wasn't even a microsecond that I had finished lamenting. And he immediately came with that. He didn't have time to think about it. It was God.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it just pierced through my heart. And it was for the first time in my life since I was confronted about how intense I was. I felt peace being the ass. I felt peace being the ass. Right? I used to have to try to work myself up to feel okay about it. Like I had to build up some oomph. You know, like when you're about to run through a wall, you back up and get some speed. It's like when I knew I was about to say something that people were going to be so. It's like this oomph had to work up in me so I could get it out.
Right.
You know, like Linda would always say, you don't have to apologize for upsetting us. I don't know if you noticed, but that's decreased by like 95%. Every once in a while, it still comes out, but it's almost gone.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Linda,
Thank God, right?
Greg, you don't have to apologize every time you say something.
Balaam's donkey spoke back to Balaam.
Yeah, that's right.
Did a good job too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Straighten him